Hello everybody, welcome to July 5th, I think? 5th or 6th, it's really one of those 2 days. I'll check right now, because it is July 5th. It's actually the 6th, but it's the 5th for the vlog, so I forgot to record Saturday's vlog. So it's the 5th. Hello everyone, of course. Now, I've been leaving this alone because there's been just more and more news and what's not for the last couple days. But I'm going to address it right now because if I don't do it now, I might forget about it. I promised you guys that you might want to hear or not. If you don't care, then I'm sorry. Alright, so let's review Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated Season 2 or the entire show because I think it feels like the entire show is done. So, let's do that. So the entire show is basically after the events of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Do you know the original, like, 70s, 80s show that is famous to this day and still a lot of kids like to watch the original? It doesn't relate to What's New Scooby-Doo or Scooby-Doo and his friends like Batman and Johnny Bravo and stuff like that. Like, those crossovers, those don't really count. But it only counts with Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And up to Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. Which is basically a very good storyline kind of show, which it's actually pretty intriguing. But yes, it does get cheesy on some parts, but it's not too bad. Like Pokemon, but it's really, really great. Now, I already spoke about Season 1 review some point in the vlog, so I don't remember when. But just look it up on my channel and you'll find it. Along with this vlog, of course, but whatever. But Season 2, basically all the events that happened in Season 1 is just to continue to Season 2. Fred finds out who his real family is. Daphne hooks up with this guy that's called Taylor Lautner, but it's basically Taylor Lautner. Like even the visuals, it looks like him. What else? Scooby-Doo goes to a farm. He escapes the farm. Shaggy goes to military school. Scooby-Doo breaks him out of military school. And Velma teams up with the villain of the show, but then not. But a lot of things is happening in the show that basically, well, is really epic. So I'm not sure if the show's really done. It feels like it is, honestly, but knowing Hanna-Barbera, the people that keep making these Scooby-Doo episodes and all that stuff and all the great things about it, who knows, it might be a Season 3. But it's really doubtful, but it has to be really, really over the top, because the villain did die, in a way, and some kind of time-lapse thing I can't really explain, but like, I guess the whole entire show is really meant for nothing, in a way. It was one of those shows, which kind of makes me mad, but it kind of makes me glad in a way, but still, it's kind of stupid. But the thing is, the villain isn't evil anymore. He's now good because of the new time-lapse thing, and no one's dead or anything. So it makes things great. Because there are some people that actually do die in a show, it's not in the, actually like stabbing or something, like they just disappear. But the show is really pretty good for an audience around kids to preteens, I want to say. Not to adults as much, because it got to me sometimes, it's pretty too much, something I already seen too many times, but it's pretty preteen. So that's what I'm going to say for there. My overall review of Season 2, or the entire show in general, for the entire show, I'm giving it 8 out of 10. But for the Season 2, I'm going to give it a 7 or 7.5 out of 10, because it was really good. It did interest me in some things in the season, but it feels like Season 1 did almost the same exact kind of thing, except for less stuff. So that's why I didn't feel like Season 1 was all that great. I give it like a 6 out of 10. And that's why I give it another chance, and it did get a little bit higher than my expectation, which it did. That's a good thing. So overall, I give the show an 8 out of 10. Season 2, 7.5 out of 10. So that's my review of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, because I feel like they should have added some key elements from past Scooby-Doo merchandise or Scooby-Doo things we knew. Like, there was a bunch of monsters they'd said, and actually one episode actually did show the Creeper, that villain, that guy. But I liked that, but I wish they did that with a lot more episodes, because it would have been more of a nostalgia kind of thing. Because Scooby-Doo, Where Are You is not on Netflix or really anywhere else. Maybe it's on Cartoon Network as of right now, or Boomerang. It's all coming back to you. But as this point on, it's not really all that great. And I wish they had more episodes like that. And it did tell me one thing about Scrappy-Doo. I guess that I think I talked about this in the first review of Scooby-Doo Season 1, I think, or some point of it, or just talking about the show in general. An episode in Season 1, they're looking at their collection of stuff they've done over the years of solving mysteries. And Scrappy-Doo was there. Not himself in an actual form, but in a statue form. And Daphne, she saw him, and why when she was going to say something to the statue, like, oh my god, what is this, whatever, Fred basically says, Daphne, no, we're not supposed to talk about him. We're never supposed to talk to him ever again. And I guess, I don't know why, but I had to Google it up because I didn't understand why. It's like, I liked Scrappy-Doo. In a way, it's pretty cool. But apparently when I looked it up, apparently it didn't do that well. It was kind of messing up Hanna-Barbera's rhythm with the Scooby-Doo franchise, and I guess he wasn't really fitting. And I think it might have been something else, but I'm not too sure. So, I guess Scrappy-Doo was literally scrapped out of Scooby-Doo, in a way, but they still like to show honorage to Scrappy-Doo, which, that's good, I like that. So, the show, like I said, it feel like it should have had more references and more past villains, just somehow not knowing it was the villain until later on, which would have been even better. But, the show is great, new villains, new mysteries, new actual story, and a bunch of things other than just some kids solving mysteries, and for some reason they're happy to be in that state or city or country or something. Just like all the Scooby-Doo movies. Anyways, that's really it for today. No, it's not. Sorry, I was thinking all about Scooby-Doo. I think that would be it. No, but I did buy games. Now, I did not really want to buy games, but then went to the swap meet. Went to the swap meet with David, and we woke up. Okay, we woke up around 7 or 8, literally 7 or 8, and we were there early, like 8 something, and none of the vendors were ready yet. Like, there was like barely even any. There was only like 10. So me and David were just casually walking, waiting for them to just get ready to put stuff up. And then there's this one seller. He was like the nicest guy ever. Like, really, he didn't really know what he had. He didn't really know what he had. He was willing to sell almost he sell like everything for a somewhat low price. And I liked him because he was really friendly. He just said he really said he did not play video games. The only games he really played was sports games, which I didn't want to tell him that sports games is the easiest game to lower the price in like a year of anything. But I didn't want to tell him. He looked happy with what he was doing. I just decided to look at some of his games, see what I wanted to buy. And of course I bought, the most games from him. I think I spent like $35 on all these games, except for maybe one. Two. Except for two, I'm going to have to show you that I did not buy from him. But this guy was really, really nice. I really liked him. Now, from David, he bought a game from the guy as well, and he bought Medal of Honor Limited Edition, which I believe it was the last Medal of Honor game released before they decided to stop making them because they're basically their own competitor to Battlefield, which they realized Battlefield probably even way better. But I don't know. It depends really on you guys. I'm not into Medal of Honor or Battlefield or anything, but that's just letting you guys know. So I'm gonna tell you the games I got from him. Now there's 3 games. It's not in cases, which is fine, but they're in Pacific sleeves, which that made it even more interesting for me. Alright, so the first game I actually did pick up, like literally pick up and hold it the whole time, which was Wii Sports Resort. I never had Wii Sports Resort. And basically, it was just giving me for $5, which this alone is $30 at the store. This alone. 30 or 20, or I forget which one, but it's basically, I wanted to bundle with Wii Sports and Resort. Wii Sports and then Wii Sports Resort. I wanted that, but I can never find a case nor anything. But now I have the Sports and Wii Sports Resort. So now I have both games. Basically, this is just another version, a bigger, hyped up version of the original Wii Sports. So that's pretty interesting there. And my baby niece came in the room. Not good timing, like always. And this was the first game that actually introduces Wii Motion Plus. So, the very first game, and I think if you bought this brand new, it also came with the actual controller itself to actually start teaching you how to, well, use the motion control. Which was basically that accessory at the time, but now it's built in to the actual Wii remote, so, yeah. Now, the next 2 games, they're actually really pretty rare, but they're very cheap. Rare but cheap. Now, I had to do some information, some digging up on the internet for information about these 2 games, because I never really seen Saturn games like this. Now, I've seen games like this before, like PlayStation 1 and what's not, but not Saturn. So the first one I want to talk about is Virtual Cop. Virtual Cop for the Sega Saturn. Now, I don't have a Saturn. I can't test it on Dreamcast, 64, PS2, GameCube, Super Nintendo, Genesis, Nintendo, Wii U, 360, PS3. I can't test it on anything like that. So, the Saturn, why is it like this? Why does it look like it's in an envelope kind of thing? Because it is. Oop, my bad. I dropped it a little bit. Don't worry, it's not broken or scratched. It's in the protective sleeve. Okay, I'm just trying to do it with one hand. But Virtual Cop was not in the best shape. I did clean it a bit, but it's still not in that best shape. Only a bit, not like professionally clean, because I was actually here with David trying out some of these games, but we couldn't try all of them out. Okay, hold on. Oh gosh, dude. There we go. Alright. Let's see. Where is the scratches? Can you even see the scratches? Okay, there's one right here. Okay, yeah, you can barely see that. Barely see that. Yeah, that's just much. You can barely see that. And there's one up here too. That one you can definitely see, maybe. And that's really it. They're just kind of smudges. I can clean them really easy. Valerie, yeah, hold on, gosh. And yeah, Virtual Cop. It's a game I thought I would honestly never own because I don't really see myself owning it, but I own the game. Oh, and by the way, I was trying to say is that this is the not for resale version, which I guess that's even more rare. Not saying that's expensive, because I don't think it's not. I looked it on eBay. It doesn't look that expensive. But not for sale or resale is the pretty hard to find version, but just cheap as well. Anyways, I thought it was a demo when I was buying it, but the thing is, I didn't buy it. He just gave it to me. He gave it to me for free with this game and another game I'm about to show you for the Sega Saturn. So, yeah, it's rated teen. Wait, what was it? Teen 13. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's like, don't change the rating since back then. Next one, this was the one that was more interesting to me. Because the only way you can get this game and the other game is if you had a Sega Saturn subscription like kind of thing, and the Sega themselves would send you a game at random. This game was the most interesting to me. Virtual Fighter Remix. Yes, Virtual Fighter Remix. It's also the promotional copy, not for resale. Sorry, my nose itched. And basically what they did, Sega, they just send you a free copy of this game, and that game I think too. And that's really interesting. I never heard of Sega giving away games. Jackie, Jeffrey, Pay, or Pi, I don't know, pal. Wolf, Sarah, Lou, Key, Akira, Cage. So, I never played Virtual Fighter, nor the remix version, but I have heard that this is basically, what is it? Enhanced version of the original. So, it's really interesting that I got this, and I guess you couldn't buy this exact version at the store. It was only in mail by Sega. So that's actually really interesting. So I now own something literally from Sega. So that's actually pretty cool. The Sega Saturn. Alright, other than Wii Sports Resort and Virtual Fighter Remix and Virtual Cop, I'm going to show you the other games I bought from this seller, because it was really interesting, because he was just giving these away. Well, not giving them away. He gave me for a good deal, like $35 together, so I went with it. So let me separate these two, because they weren't part of that. Okay. Valorant's eating food in my room, which I hate, because reasons. I eat food in my room, but I eat responsible. I do. I eat responsible. Like, on a freaking table or something. She's doing it on the floor. On the floor. Okay. She did some sexy pose, which I don't know. Weird. Okay. Okay, so here I'm showing you separate like this. Okay. Now I bought one 360 game and two PS3 games. Now, the one 360 game, I would have maybe preferred it to be on the PS3, or the other PS3 game, I'd rather prefer that to be on the 360. Vice versa. But I'll show you the two games later that's the same series, franchise, trilogy thing, but they're on different consoles. But I'll show those two later. So let's talk about the one right here, limited edition, which I just paid attention now, Twisted Metal. Yes, Twisted Metal limited edition. That's very interesting. Now, what makes this limited edition is that you get a free copy or a free downloadable copy of Twisted Metal Black, which the code does not work anymore. And I have a theory that the code actually still worked if I bought it earlier, because the code, all the codes inside seems to work, except for the online pass. So there was a 50-50 chance that all the codes probably don't work, or do work, but there is a 50 chance that it did, because there's another code in here. I don't know if it was supposed to be in here or not, but it was for Skyhawk, which I don't have that game though. And it's really cheap to get that game anyways, but whatever. Starhawk or Skyhawk, whatever. Had a free DLC for Sweet Tooth as a playable character in the game. And basically, I put in a code and it still worked. So I'm assuming that the Twisted Metal Black code would still work if I bought it then. So, Twisted Metal Limited Edition. I should have put literally Limited Edition when I was putting stuff onto my Backloggery account, because I didn't realize it was limited edition. I thought it was just Twisted Metal. Anywho, so here's the game, Twisted Metal Black, which it's okay. I already own the game. In case you're curious, like, oh, you missed your chance on a free game. I did, yeah, but it's a game I already have, so it's okay in a way. Plus, this is now my third Twisted Metal game, because I have the original for the PlayStation 1 and Twisted Metal Black for PlayStation 2. And yes, there's been a lot more Twisted Metal games on the PlayStation 1 mostly. It's just that I only have the first one. But I have seen like Twisted Metal like 4 or 3, I don't know, but I've seen a couple of those. And one thing I like about Twisted Metal right here is that it's red. I actually like the design of it. It looks really cool. So yeah, here's Twisted Metal Black download code, and then here's the Starhawk. That's what it is. Starhawk plays Sweet Tooth. Yeah, skin in Starhawk. Like I said, the code worked. I tested out the code. It worked, so I already redeemed it. But yeah, now this game he was selling for $10 separately, but I bundled it with all the games I was getting anyways, so I got it way cheaper. So, Twisted Metal Limited Edition. All right, I'll have to fix that seriously in the title. All right, here comes the two games. I thought I know I would buy eventually. I just didn't know it would be now. especially for the good 2 prices that he was giving it away for. Everybody, I show you and represent to you Final Fantasy 13 and 13-2. Yay! I got 13-2 for the PS3 and 13-1 for the 360. Now, you probably, like I said, you were asking why separate consoles. The guy didn't have Final Fantasy 13-1 for the PS3 or Final Fantasy 13-2 for the 360. So I couldn't do vice versa. So that's the same console. I had to do different console, vice versa, whatever. So that's the reason why it's like that. Yeah. Anyway, so here's Final Fantasy 13 2, which I booted up just to install it, and it didn't take that long to install, but it looked beautiful as always. And Final Fantasy 13 1, I actually did play a little bit longer on this one. I watched the cutscenes. I played like the very beginning thing of the tutorial, and that was really it. And I gotta say, I kind of like it in a way. I mean, it's first impressions. That's all I'm gonna say. It looked really Final Fantasy cutscenes like all Final Fantasy games do, but it did look good. So I want to say it did look good. And now, biggest question is, am I gonna trade one game, one of these two, for the other version of itself, but on the PS3 or 360? I want to say yes, but I won't know which one. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just keep them. But the one thing I do know is that I will get Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns, or Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13. But the question is, for what console? I guess whichever one comes first. I mean, it's already out, yes. But the biggest question is, I see them both at GameStop, both versions, 3S3 and 360. I see it at GameStop. It's $40-something, and I don't really want to spend that for that game, because I'm not too sure on them. But maybe if I find a good deal on it for the console of its choice I find for, I'll buy it, but not now. Not now. Anyways, here, I'll just show you how the things look like. I should at least do that. I did the other one, so. Alright. Final Fantasy 13 2 for the PS3. See, I actually like the manual really big, and here's what the one disc. I say the one disc really clearly because you're going to see on the 360 version. Hold on. Okay. 13 2. 13 1. Okay, it's nothing really different, right? That you can tell, other than there's the good book, and it gives me a Square Enix code in the back, which I'm not going to show, and it tells me something about Final Fantasy Crystal Defenders coming to Xbox Live Arcade, which is okay. But as you can tell, it says Disc 1 for Final Fantasy 13. If you take it out, Final Fantasy 13 Disc 2. You take that one out. 13 Disc 3. Take it out. Just take it out. You're done. Put it back in. Actually, wait. I'll show you something. Because this is right here. It says number 3 on it. If you could tell. 3. Or you put 3 discs in. So, at once, or together, or that separately. Okay. See? Right there. Boom, bada bing. Who knows? Maybe they could do a 4th disc, but it's really doubtful. So, yeah. That's Final Fantasy 13 and 13 2. What do you think? Okay. So, that's those two. Now, there's 2 more games I bought. 2 more. Now, I was really happy when I saw a seller selling this game for 10 and the other one for 13. So, I'll show them both together. 'Cause I feel like, well, one is way better than the other, but I feel like it should be together because One's a trilogy collection, HD collection, and the other one is actually a full game, which is like $40, $50 brand new, and I got it for $13, which I was extremely happy about. Oh, I love the Swap Meets. Anyways, everybody, I got Beyond Two Souls and Ratchet & Clank HD collection. Yes, look at that beautiful shit right there, man. Only on PlayStation, the collection version. Hold on. Valerie, you're always playing with Ginger. And she goes under the bed. You scared her away. And only on PlayStation, Ellen Page, William Dafoe, okay, the guy from Spider-Man, Green Goblin, yes. Quantino Dream. Alright, it's rated M. Reasons why, I don't really know, but I actually did play with David, which I didn't know it was a two-player game. It was a two-player game. I was like, really? That was really interesting. I thought it was just a one-player game, but it was a two-player game. Very interesting. Really good. So here is Beyond Two Souls. So here it says two-player game. If it autofocus or if you could just tell it is. There you go. So Havoc and a bunch of other things. So let's see. Open the game. Alright, so there's the disc. No manual. I'll get a manual eventually for it. Or if there's no manual, then F it. Beyond Two Souls. So, really beautiful. Very interesting game, by the way. Really interesting. The next one is... Let's see here. Alright. Ratchet & Clank HD Collection. That's how the collection looks like. It looks good. And Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. It has a free access downloadable code, which, come on. Everyone can get this demo now. Also includes Ratchet & Clank 10th Anniversary Avatar. That I don't think I actually did. I don't think I did that. Let me see. Oh shit, you saw it. Maybe you did. I'll try for the Avatar, but I didn't know it was actually a code on there. So I'm going to give it a shot later on in a second. Yay. So, yeah, that's all the games I bought today. Like, all of them. So let's show them all together again. Let's get all of them. Like, all of them together. And yes, I know I recently noticed I bought most PS3 games. Because, come on, I'm extremely close to completing PS3. I just need to wait on some of the games that's still coming out for the PS3. So, here we go. Okay, Valerie's leaving my room, or not. No, Valerie, are you going to leave or not?
I don't.
She's not leaving. Okay. Once again, we got Wii Sports Resort, Virtual Fighter Remix for Sega Saturn, Virtual Cop for Sega Saturn. Oh, Wii Sports Resort Wii. We got Ratchet & Clank HD Collection for the PS3. Personally, I already have all three of the games like already, but I wanted the collection. It was $10, guys. No joke, it was $10. Beyond Two Souls, I got this for $13. Exactly, $13. Twisted Metal Limited Edition, I got for, I think, I don't know, it was a bundle, so it was like $35, but separately wanted to do $10. This would also been $10, but I got into a bundle, and this would also been $10, but I got into a bundle. So the bundle was Final Fantasy 1, or 13-1, 13-2, Twisted Metal Limited Edition, Wii Sports Resort, Final Fight Remix, and Virtual Cop. All together, that was $35. No joke. And then, these two alone, 13 and 10. So yeah, there you go. I bought like $50 games or something like that. Something like that. Anyways, yeah, that's all the games I bought today at the Swap Meet. So, very interesting. Now, before I do go, my friend Scott came over at around, I don't actually know the time. 1, I want to say, 1 o'clock? 1 o'clock? 1:30? I don't know. Something like that. And he was here, and, we were talking about how he could start doing reviews on anime, games, whatever he wants to do for YouTube. And I was telling him some of the, helpful things that you should know. Try not putting clips of shows that can get visual copyrighted, or better yet, not visual but you could do pictures as well, but not too much. Like, you could do some pictures. Like, the visual quality could be backwards, which I guess I forgot to tell him that, but, like, let's say I'm watching Sonic Adventure 2, the cutscene for it. Let's say the one that goes super, super, and it'd be Biohazard at the end. Final Hazard. Let's say I put that mirrored, like, reversed, the video, but still going, like, backwards in a way. But that would work. That would work, because I've seen a lot of people do that and talk on commentary, which it really, really helps. But I was telling them, if you want to use music, try your best to do remix of original songs. Like, if it's like a Mario Brothers song, like from actual Super Mario Brothers, try to make it like an 8-bit version, or 8-bit version, a remix version of any kind, techno, hip hop, screamo, nightcore, any version of a remix of it you like, your personal self. Try it out, and you will not get copyrighted for that, because it's a fair use kind of thing, and it has your own commentary, which is your own work into it, other than just playing the game, which has none of your work, other than just playing the game, because it could be anyone. So a lot of things like that. But it's mostly about anime he wanted to know, and I was telling him you have to be careful with anime, because don't show off too much. It's mostly better to show off the trailers kind of stuff. But first episode kind of video stuff is probably the best, but you can never really show that off. Personally, it's better to talk with music on, so that's why I give him more sort of advice. But I was giving him a lot of advice about a lot of things, and I was telling him about some reviewers I watched that just perfectly, and some other people that do stuff as well. So, and he told me some people he did stuff as well, so it's pretty interesting too. So, and my leg is really, 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 really itching me. Anyways, that's really it for today. Oh, no, it's not. I recorded videos. Recorded demos. And I can tell you which ones, because there's too many, and it's enough. So, thank you for watching. Now we're done. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe, leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, which is basically now today, and I'll tell you how today, or tomorrow goes, because I'm going to watch some movies on Netflix. I want to catch up, and now I know. I have a lot of things to watch, or play too, I know, but I want to catch up on movies, because they're not going to stay there forever on Netflix, and I get to keep the games here forever, so that's why. Anyways, thank you for watching. Once again, see you guys tomorrow, okay? Bye.